that Fury Usyk is gonna be. They talking cat man. Dude called him little man. I'm gonna hurt you, little man. He was like, you're not gonna be able to run from me because when I get ready to, you know what the Gypsy King gets ready to do. Because you know when the Gypsy King gets ready to do what he needs to do. I mean, you said you got those $3, I'm gonna take them all from you. Now I'm gonna show you that I'm the greatest English champion ever since, you know.
It's the fight game. He's Icewater, I'm Puma, and let's review the Shakur Stevenson fight. I was really disappointed in the fight. I thought he would, kind of rough it up a little bit with the guy. It seemed obvious that he felt the guy was stronger. He wanted no parts of that power, and every time his opponent kept jumping at him, he kept jumping back like 3 or 4 feet, and it just made it difficult for the guy to pursue. And I guess I'm from the old school. If you're fighting for a championship, you go out on your shield. Win, lose, or draw, you go out on your shield. But it just didn't seem like the regular fight that we're seeing from Shakur. And you were telling me earlier that there were some problems with him. He didn't feel right, things of that sort. So I want to get your comments about the fight.
Yeah, I think that when you look at Shakur Stevenson, he has issues sometimes with where people want to put him and what he should be doing. De Los Santos provided a big issue for him because of his style. He was lively. He was He's a gamer. What I mean by that is he had the style where he was had punching power, and that kind of affects a boxer. And if you slip up and you come in and make a mistake, you might get caught. Shakur said he didn't feel right. He tried not to make any excuses, but I think he had an off night. You know, Devin Haney had an off night. Some people said he had an off night against Lomachenko. He had an off night. A few boxers have had an off night. We're just not used to Shakur Stevenson having an off night. His off night is okay. I still was dominant enough to box and do what I need to do to really hurt the guy, and I show you that I did just enough to win. This time it was too much close. It was really closer where he was holding De Los Santos. He wasn't getting his shots off normally that he does. He was doing just enough to win rounds, and that caused the problem. I did tell you earlier, uh, if it was such a thing where De Los Santos afterwards said that he thought Shakur was running, and if you're a real champion, then you stand and fight and all that stuff. My thing though is sooner or later you chase him down and you make it a fight. I mean, we know what they do. They elbow people, they headbutt them, do what they have to do to make it a fight. And for as much as De Los Santos uh, talked about uh, Shakur Stevenson running, I didn't really see an effort from De Los Santos to really show his power, his strength, and maybe the upper hand of what he could do to actually defeat uh, Shakur Stevenson. So I'll blame both of them. I think Shakur was definitely subpar of what we've seen in the past. I give you that. But De Los Santos, they supposed to just give you a fight? Because you kind of did a little bit. That's my point with that. I mean, and you aren't. We always say this all the time. Well, you got to do something to beat the champion, right?
Yeah. From my experience, is when you flinch at a fighter or you fake at a fighter, and he's constantly jumping back. He's afraid of your power, or he's afraid of you, and that's what I kind of saw with Shakur Stevenson. And I like Shakur. I really think he's one of the best boxers out there. I just wasn't used to seeing him in that light, and kind of felt that during the fight when I was watching. It's like this guy may be scared of this punching power of this guy, and if every time he's going to flinch and he's going to jump back, then this is not going to be much of a fight. I did see his opponent try to clinch him up and kind of rough him up a little bit, but the referee stepped in, separated him. Your boy, one of your guys, your main guy who referees a lot of fights that you interviewed on another show. So I kind of saw that it was kind of frustrating for his opponent to really get any kind of leeway in that, because every time they would clinch, there would be this separation, and he couldn't get off what he wanted to get off. But what's next for Shakur Stevenson at this particular point? Because it's a lackluster performance. Where does he go from here?
I think the fight that he wants, there's a couple guys calling him out, but I think the fight he wants is Lomachenko. I really do. I think that's the fight he wants. I think he wants to show the world that he's at that level. I think it is twofold for him too, because if Shakur Stevenson is able to beat Lomachenko convincingly, it's like most people, a lot of people, split whatever it may be, thought Lomachenko beat Devin Haney. So if I dominate this guy, what do you think I'm gonna do to Haney, right? But I think secretly, and this is all just my conspiracy theory, so don't pay attention because I'm kind of I'm loony anyway. But with that being said, I think that Top Rank is in the game to protect their best fighters, and I think they know that Lomachenko will have a major problem with Shakur Stevenson. I think that they thought he could beat Haney. That's why they put it out there for him to fight Haney. But I think like they did from back in the day when they had that one of their favorites, which is Manny Pacquiao, they made certain to make sure that Manny Pacquiao would not fight Terence Crawford because they knew the danger of Terence Crawford, what he could do to Manny Pacquiao. So they gave one to Ugas, right? Went to Ugas, and they were going to do the other fight before our guy got Errol Spence Jr. They will give him the fight with Pacquiao because of the money. Because of the money. So with that being said, I might be reaching, I might be out there, but I'm just saying when you look at the standpoint, they're protecting certain things. So if I'm secure, I'm trying to get that fight. If not, I mean, I think it's too early right now for jump out there with Tank Davis. I think that's a 140 fight. But there are a couple other champions or guys that say they want to fight Shakur, come back out there, get your name back right. But I think within the next, I'm definitely saying this. There's only a couple more fights at 135. I know he just got there, but if you really want to prove to the world what you're capable of, I don't see why he shouldn't be moving up to 140 definitely before the end of next year. 2025, we need to be hitting it like it's time for these real fights. Devin Haney, whoever you calling out, if you got to go to Pitbull, Cruz, whoever it may be, it's time for Shakur Stevenson by 2025 to rise up to 140 and start putting it on the line and getting these real fights.
All right. November 25th, you have the super middleweights featuring Benavidez. And I want you to talk a little bit about that fight. This seems to be a fight that both fighters wanted, and it's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah. There's a lot on the line. David Benavidez has been pretty solid in his last couple wins, right? And he really didn't have to fight Demetrius Andre. He could have went somewhere else and kind of waited and then that long line of trying to chase Canelo, right? But on the other end, he said, I need to fight the best fighters. And by taking this opportunity and this chance, if he convincingly beats Demetrius Andre, a lot of doors are going to open for him, right? A lot of doors are going to open for him. So who knows what he might get? He might get a shot at one of the Charlo belts, the bigger Charlo belts, right? A lot of stuff could open for him. And maybe Canelo takes a serious look at him now by the way that he was able to easily dismantle Andre. But Andre comes in, he's a tough out. He has an opportunity to show the world that he's not just a talker, and he's a lot better than what Canelo believes, who's basically discounting him on all levels, saying he's not worth his time. This way, your opportunity to show it by beating Benavidez. So I think that's wide open there. But I think it's a hell of a fight. A lot at risk because the loser might as well pack your bags and go to El Segundo. Where the hell are you going? Because if the top-notch quality fights that you're looking for may not come your way anymore.
And there's another fight on this card featuring one of the Charlo brothers on the same card. Your thoughts, man?
I need to see this fight because I know we talk about hype is we hope that the hype is if the fight is good as the hype, then this is gonna be a barn burner. And what I mean by that is these guys are just talking like they seriously do not like one another. Jose Benavidez Jr. is the older brother of David Benavidez, and it comes from the same angle of dad coaching them and them being just real mean dudes. Jose Benavidez has fought on all levels. He fought at 147. He fought a little higher, but he's saying this is the correct weight. He did. He's the guy that fought and gave a little trouble to Terrence Crawford at a lighter weight. He said, I just don't have the, I'm not have the ability to be at that weight anymore. So he's moving up in a natural weight. And now we have Jamal Charlo on the flip side that hasn't fought in 2 years, but he has the belts. And people know how it is. And we know by reputation, he's a Charlo. We expect him to do well. But what if his mind's not right? What if he's not coming in correctly? It might be an opportunity for Benavidez to go, you should quit boxing.
Mm.
You should quit. If you're not mentally prepared and ready, we're going to find out. Because the only way we find out, you can go through all of the talks and listen to everything. But until he gets in the ring, we don't know what Jamal Charlo is going to do. We do not. But come this week, there's a guy that says if he comes in there with his emotional problems and crying, whatever, and you're not right, I'm going to kick your. That's what he told him. That's what he told him directly. So all that talking is done. I'm going to kick your. That's what your nappy hair is, he told him. Anyway, I don't know what that was necessary. So, but that's why I want to see the fight because it might be better than the main event.
Moving on, I want to talk about the heavyweights. We're going to talk about another heavyweight fight coming in February, but I want to talk about the heavyweight card on the December 23rd. You got Joshua against Wallen. You got Wilder against Parker. You got Bivol against Arthur. You got Du Bois against Miller. You got Sanchez against Fa. I mean, for fight fans who say, hey, where are the heavyweights? They putting them all on one card before December 24th, before Christmas Eve. If you love boxing, this is your Christmas present right here. And I was watching some of the press conferences, and this is going to be fought in, I think, Saudi Arabia. I was watching some of the press conferences. It seemed like the guys in the other fights want to fight the other guys in the other fight. They're like, forget the formalities. I want you in the next fight. So will you agree right here on stage? Let's fight. Let's get this going. And a lot of folks have been really kind of attacking Anthony Joshua because they're like, you're afraid to fight Wilder. You're afraid to fight all these guys that you're pretending you're the greatest heavyweight champion. You're afraid to fight these guys. So why should I be afraid to fight you?
Yeah. You sure it's not a Don King production?
You know what? If I missed it, I missed it. But this seemed like a Don King production right here.
But we know it's not because of Saudi Arabia. Not saying he can't get that done either. But the factor that you have all these guys over there and everybody's on the same car running all of them, this seems like it has Don King's fingerprints all on it. But I think it's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. We know that Deontay Wilder wants Anthony Joshua real bad. And the fact that you have them both in the same area, the same city, the same breathing space says a lot. You get a guy like Jarrell Miller that swears that he's the guy. There's a lot at stake, and Bivol's like, if I really wanted to, I could move up and knock all you motherfuckers. So there's a lot of light heavyweight testosterone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big dudes walking around going, I never liked you anyway.
Yeah.
And I tell you, since I see you in your face, and Anthony Joshua was like, you're going to see a different Anthony Joshua you ever saw before. Plus, two, the one thing that really is amazing about this is that if Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder both win their respective fights, then they have already agreed to face one another, not once, but twice.
Right.
I say this, I don't know a lot about Saudi Arabia or the Saudis, if they call them. I do know one thing. They have a lot of money and they make things happen.
Yeah.
So you say what you want to, you might, I don't know what's going on as far as the war is concerned, and I don't back any of that. But if they want to make something pop, they have the money to get it done because they had these two big guys over in the same place at the same time. You saw what they did, as far as like for golf as well. Money talk, BS walks, and considering what is happening with the this continuance of Showtime in boxing, that money is gonna go a long way as to see who's up next for the network to back boxing so people, the boxing fans, can get what they deserve.
Yeah, because they seem like they're setting up matches down the road. It's just not this match where they're trying to make a big splash. They're setting up getting all these guys together. I think there's going to be a fight between the fights between these guys, but they're setting up like, yeah, we want you to get all lathered up. So when we pay you more next time down the road, you'll be willing to come to Saudi Arabia. And especially the heavyweights, nobody really talks about the heavyweights anymore, unless you're talking about, which we're going to segue to Tyson Fury and Usyk, and Usyk, the little man that Tyson Fury is going to fight. Nobody really talks about the heavyweight except Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, or Tyson Fury. Usyk has come on the scene later, but now you have on the 23rd, where everybody's sitting at home waiting for this fight to come on, and you got back to back to back to back heavyweight. I'm predicting knockouts in pretty much every one of these fights. This is what boxing fans want. The heavyweights are what boxing fans really want.
I agree with that 100%. I don't think you're missing the Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg performing it.
Oh, I'm in. If Snoop is in, I knew you weren't gonna stop smoking, Snoop. I knew you weren't gonna stop smoking, man.
Man, look, it's all entertainment. You know Snoop Dogg one. He been smoking for so long. He always got a gimmick. That's what makes him relevant and marketable, right? But in regards to these heavyweights and these light heavyweights, what have you, it's a brilliant idea. Saudi Arabia has shown you now that they're becoming almost not the Mecca, but the little Mecca of boxing because of the fact that how many people went over there, and we as American fans, we can say, "Oh, we don't watch it; it comes on too early." But we find a way to watch it because we love boxing. A lot of us love boxing. So I don't care where they have it, guaranteed somebody's gonna watch it and they're gonna buy in. So it'll be interesting to see, is that gonna be on, is this on the zone?
I think it's on DN DANZ.
Yeah, the zone. Yeah, the
Yeah,
zone. So yeah,
yeah,
the zone is picking their up the stuff. So this is a great opportunity for the zone as well.
yeah.
Because knows they need numbers and maybe they will pick that up too. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great card. I'm looking forward to it, and what a heck of a way to get started right before Christmas.
All right. After we got off the air last week, we found out that Tyson Fury is going to fight the little man Usyk. Uh, I'm looking forward to this, and I didn't think this was going to happen because, in my opinion, Tyson lost against Francis last time he fought. But you see Tyson Fury just talking, and maybe Ice will give us his impression of Tyson Fury, calling Usyk the little man. He's going to bust the little man up. What do you think about this fight, man?
Yeah, I like it, man. Because there's so many unknowns, right? Everybody saw Tyson Fury's last fight, and of course, with that being said, I think that propelled Usyk to say, "Look, I definitely want to fight him now because now he's overweight, he's not coming in serious. I think I was gonna beat him anyway, and now just him playing around or him not being serious, maybe thinking that Tyson Fury has declined as well because of this last fight. So I think it's a great play. So Usyk is like, I'm definitely there. February, let's get it on. But I think Tyson Fury is like, you know what? I got you right where I want you. You know, a lot of people thought Deontay Wilder had me too, and I fought that man 3 times, and not too many people, not in anyone was dared to get in there like that and bang with the way he did, and the number of victories that he came across with says a lot about Tyson Fury. But yeah, I think when you piss Tyson Fury off, he starts getting like this look about him, and then he starts going out just getting real serious. Like, hey, I want to tell you something, little man. I said, I'm talking to you, little man. I'm talking to you. Yeah, talking to you. When the Gypsy King's come for you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when the Gypsy King comes for you? And that's what coming for you right now. All those 3 belts, they're coming right back over. I'm going to be the greatest British fighter known to man. And I want to bring all the belts back over here. And I want to tell you, little man, I'm going to say it one more time, little man. I'm going to take all the belts. I'm going to do what I got to do because the Gypsy King is the #1 pound for pound fighter right now. You're going to find that out in February.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm gonna put my money on Usyk. Yeah, the way Francis made Tyson Fury look last fight, and he wasn't even a polished professional boxer. I gotta think that Usyk is taking some notes and like, I'm gonna do the same thing to this clown, and I might be the little man before the fight, but I'll be the big man and winning this. I'm predicting it early. I'm going with Usyk in that southpaw style.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah,
well that's at least you know early. I'm gonna counter that by saying a lot of people have looked at Tyson Fury a certain kind of way. I admit I was like that at first. When he doesn't come in with the right, he's joking around, not taking it serious, being too big. But I think that I'm going to go with Tyson Fury in this bout simply because you got the Sugar Man over there in this corner as well, and they are the ones that came in with an excellent plan the second time that they fought Deontay Wilder when they made sure he came in real big and he was able to do what he had to do to basically manhandle Deontay Wilder. They always have a great plan. I think one of the things that's going to be different for Usyk here is the way you were able to run and get away from Anthony Joshua because he couldn't catch you, and when he did catch you, he didn't have enough oomph on his power and on his jabs and also on his punches. You won't have to worry about that with Tyson Fury, because you imagine if Tyson Fury can take the punches and withstand and survive 3 bouts with Deontay Wilder, what in the Hades do you think he gonna do when he catch you? That's all I'm saying. I granted the boxing, and I'm used to be a cruiserweight, and I'm a I don't know if there's a smarter boxer right now in the game.
yeah,
What say what you want to? The King is a great intelligent fighter, and when he puts his mind to it, he causes major problems. Plus, he can hit people. He can hurt people. So you got to watch out for the Gypsy King because he wants to be the number one. Anyway, but you have to just watch out for him because I think he's probably one of the smartest fighters when he's focused in the game. And I think that's something that the little man is going to find out when they meet in February.
Any other boxing news?
Just it sounds like we have some great things coming up. Looking forward to it. I also looking forward to Devin Haney and Pro Grace, just from the standpoint of Devin Haney. Again, if you have a chance to watch Devin Haney in the press conference with his upcoming fight, just see how big he seems. He just seems big. And Podre said he thought he came in at he was looking like he was wearing like a 170, and they fighting at 147, 140. They fighting at 140. He looked like he's at 170. He just seems so much bigger.
Yeah,
And I'm interested to see how this works out because the way it looked that way that Devin Haney appeared physically, it's like, damn, is he 147?
hmm.
You ready for Boots Ennis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Icewater. I'm Puma, and this is the Fight Game.